morning, students. Today's class is for HR specialized student, and this class is for your first HR specialization, that is for Advanced Human Resource Management. Already we have completed the first unit of Advanced Human Resource Management. So before starting the second unit, I want to discuss a case. Today I will discuss a case study related to motivation. In this case, today I will discuss how a new teacher motivated by the HOD or head of the department of an organization. So this case is about a qualified teacher, and this case is about a way of motivation or way of motivating a qualified teacher by the HOD of an organization. So the title of the case study is a qualified but hesitant teacher. So let me discuss the case in detail. This case is about a person, Bikram. By profession, he is a teacher. Bikram earned his postgraduate degree from a university in the northeast India. Means Bikram accomplished Bikram completed his postgraduate degree from a university in northeast India. He accomplished or completed his postgraduate degree with a lot of difficulties, with a lot of challenges. Means he faced a lot of difficulties while pursuing his post-graduation degree because he belongs to a poor farming family with rural background. He belongs to a poor farming family, so his financial condition was not sound, and he belongs to a rural background. So whatever the facilities required for accomplishing a higher degree or pursuing a postgraduate degree, he was not able to get these things. But he had a strong desire to achieve something. He had a strong desire to accomplish the postgraduate degree, and he had a strong desire to complete his postgraduate degree so that he can able to set a good career for him. So with great hardship, a lot of difficulties, or a lot of dedication, the person Bikram earned his postgraduate degree from a university. He faced a lot of difficulties while pursuing his graduation degree. But with a great hardship, with a lot of dedication, he completed his postgraduate degree. He thought that means for him it was on while you learn. Means he thought that if a person having a proper qualification, having a higher qualification, then the person able to earn something for his livelihood. Means for Bikram it was on while you learn. Means Bikram thought that for earning something, the person must having a good education or proper qualification. So for that reason, for earning something, he want to set a strong career. So he want to accomplish a postgraduate degree. He want to complete a or accomplish a higher degree or higher degree so that he can able to earn something for his livelihood. And he lived in a village. He belonged to a rural background. He lived in a village, and in that village there was no proper communications. So for continuing his education, for pursuing his graduation degree, he used to walk on foot 10 kilometers in a village. So he faced a lot of difficulties for accomplishing or for completing his postgraduate degree, and his postgraduate degree with the self-help, with a lot of dedication, with great hardship, the person Bikram able to complete his postgraduate degree. And he having a strong desire to achieve something, he having a strong desire to learn new skills and learn some new things so that he can able to set a good career, and that help the person Bikram to earn something for his life. And with great hardship, with a lot of dedication, the person was able to complete his postgraduate degree from a university. And at last, he proved where there is a will, there is a way. Yes, at last he proved that if a person having a strong desire to achieve something, at last the person able to identify various ways, various paths for achieving the success, for achieving the individual objectives or goals. Means Bikram proved that if there is a will, there is a way. Means Bikram faced a lot of difficulties, he faced a lot of challenges because he belonged to a poor farming family, and his financial condition was not sound. He lived in a village. He belonged to a rural background, and he was not able to get various facilities, and in that village there was no proper communication. So for that reason he used to walk on foot 10 kilometer in village road so that he can continue his graduation degree. And at last, with much difficulties, he able to complete his postgraduate degree. Means at last he identified the various ways to accomplishing a postgraduate degree from the university. Means at last he proved where there is a will, there is a way. He thought that if a person having strong desire to achieve something, then the person able to identify various ways for accomplishing this thing. Even though the person faces a lot of difficulties, even though a lot of hurdles came in the way, the person able to achieve the success, achieve the individual objective. And at last the person Bikram completed his postgraduate degree with highest percentage, and he identified as a scholar student, and uh, he able to set his set he able to set a good career. And after just completion of the postgraduate, or after just completion of the PG degree, postgraduate degree, he got a regular teaching job in the same college. Means after completion of the postgraduate degree, he get a he got a regular teaching post. Means Bikram, just after declaration of his postgraduate result, got a regular teaching job in the same college. Means after completion of the postgraduate degree, the college identified that Bikram was a scholar student, and he is a hardworking person and a lot of dedication, and with great hardship he completed his postgraduate degree. And he had a lot of potentialities, and the college provide a regular teaching position or teaching post to Bikram. Though Bikram was hardworking but not ready to accept new challenges of new environment. Means just after completion of postgraduate degree, he entered into another profession, another new situation. He thought that for him one battle was over and another battle is started. Means for him the student career was completed, and another new career, that is a professional career, is started, and his job life is started. And he thought that for him one battle was over and another battle is started. And Vikram was not able to cope himself with that situation. No doubt he entered into that profession, but he was not able to accept the challenges of new environment. He was not able to cope himself with that situation, with that environment, because that environment was completely or totally new to Bikram. Because before that he was a student, and just after completion of the PG degree, he entered into another new environment, and he was not able to cope himself with that situation. Even though Bikram was hardworking, even though Bikram is a dedicated person, Bikram was not able to, or Bikram is not ready to accept the challenges of new environment. Because before that, he was a student, and after completion of his postgraduate, he entered into a new environment. He did not have any idea related to teaching profession. Means he did not have any knowledge related to how to take a class, how to how to handle the situation in the class, how to deal with the student, and how to deal with the queries of the student, and what disciplines a teacher should have to maintain. Means what qualities as a teacher he has to possess, and what is the work ethics he has to follow. He did not have any ideas related to these things. So he was not able to cope himself with that situation, and he was not able to accept the challenges given by new environment, and he faced a lot of difficulties within this new environment. because he was totally new to that environment, and he was not able to well adjust. He is not able to cope himself with that environment because he did not have any ideas related to our teaching professions. Because before that he was a student and he did not have any ideas related to a teaching profession. But after completion of his the student career, he just entered into a teaching profession. So he was not able to grasp all the things. He was not able to adjust himself with that situation. So for that reason uh, he made a lot of mistakes and a lot of false false words identified with Bikram. Means he did a lot of mistakes. That is, he entered the class often 5 to 10 minutes late, and he get irritated when students ask questions. As an ideal teacher, as a good teacher, he should not have to do these things. As a teacher, he should have to encourage the student to ask questions, to participate in the discussion. And as a teacher, he should have to maintain the discipline, maintain the decorum of a teaching professions. And he should have to enter the class in proper time. He should not have to enter the class with 5 to 10 minutes left. And he did a lot of mistake, like he entered the class often 5 to 10 minutes late, and he get irritated when student ask questions. He did not have updated knowledge in the subject he teaches. Means what subject he taught, he did not have updated knowledge. He did not have latest knowledge. No doubt Bikram is a talented candidate. No doubt Bikram is a hardworking person, but he was not able to update his knowledge according to the technology, according to the situation, or according to the latest things. So and he entered the class without preparation. He did not prepare any lesson plan for completing his syllabus. So he was not able to take the classes in smooth manner, due to lack of preparation, and he was not able to meet the students' queries. So for that reason, he get frequent irritation, and at last he brings routine matter to the HOD or to the colleagues for discussion and solution. As a teacher, he should not have to do such things. Means as a teacher, he should have to maintain the decorum of a teaching profession. He should have to maintain should have to maintain a discipline. And as a teacher, he should have to update his knowledge according to the latest things. And he should have to allow the students to participate in the discussion. He should have to provide a clear idea to the students about different things, so that student can able to get knowledge about different things. And as a teacher, he should have to solve various situations, solve various problems that arises in the class. He should not have to bring the routine matters to the HOD for discussion. But Bikram was totally new to that environment, new to that situation. He did not able to understand what role he has to perform, and what he has to follow, what responsibility he has to perform, what duty he has to perform. He did not have any ideas related to these things. So continuously he did various mistakes. And after some time, a written complaints about Bikram started from the student to the HOD. Means Bikram did a lot of mistakes, and his education or his way of teaching, and in his way of teaching, the way of teaching of Bikram's was not satisfactory. And after some time, a written complaints about Bikram started from the student to the HOD. Means students wrote a complaint letter to the HOD over Bikram's teaching standard or Bikram's teaching style. So the complaint is about that students are not getting anything meaningful from Bikram's teaching. Means students were not able to get anything meaningful from the Bikram's teaching. Means Bikram got frequent irritated, and Bikram was not able to solve the student queries, because Bikram did not have a latest knowledge, updated knowledge related to different subjects. And after that, he entered the class without preparation, so he did not able to face the students' queries. So whatever the doubts of the students were not able to clarify these things. So students wrote a complaint that they were not able to get anything meaningful from the Bikram's teaching about different subjects. So it become a real problem for the head how to tackle the same. Means it creates a problem for HOD how to resolve this thing, how to minimize the problems of Bikram. So he uh, he decided that first he had to identify what problem Bikram having, means what problem Bikram faces. After that he will proceed. So he know that HOD know that HOD knows that Bikram is a talented person, and Bikram is a hardworking person, and with dedication, with a lot of dedication, with a great hardship, he completed his postgraduate degree. And over the 6 month period, Bikram as a innocent by heart, he identified and he decided to motivate Bikram by saying that he decided to motivate Bikram positively. Means he made a counseling with Bikram, and he explained what the problems Bikram having, and what the complaints generally he received from the student about the Bikram's teaching style. He explained all the things to Bikram, and he tried to motivate him positively by saying that each new teacher, even myself, faces such problem. Means for motivating Bikram, he cited his own example only. So by applying the positive motivation technique, he tried to motivate Bikram. So for that reason, he cited his own example only. He said some positive things to Bikram that each new teacher, even myself, faces such type of problem. Means he said that when I entered to our teaching profession, same problem I also faced, but with a lot of dedication, with sincere effort, with continuous effort, I overcome these problems, and I able to face the situation, and able to I want to and I able to avoid such situation. So you can also do these things, and with a lot of dedication, with sincere effort, you also able to minimize these problems. He said that each new teacher first faces such type of problem, but this problem can be minimized with a sincere effort. And he said that I see a lot of potentialities within you, but you are not able to utilize such potentialities. You can able to utilize these things through sincere effort. And he said that means HOD said that I am sure that you are doing the same, and keep it up. So he positively motivated Vikram, and after that he suggested various ways to improve the teaching skill. Means he explained how to take a class, how to handle the situation, how to handle the situation, how to deal with the students' query, how to control over a class, and he provides various advice related to taking a class to Bikram. And he said that be more objective and specific in your effort. And he said that I see a lot of potentialities in you, and in coming days you may be emerged as a effective teacher. And by saying this positive word, he motivated Bikram, and Bikram follow all these things, and Bikram accept all these things, and follow whatever the advice given by the HOD. And he assured that he will improve his teaching style, and he accept all the things, and he follow whatever HOD said. And with great dedication, with sincere effort, within a week, Bikram improved his teaching. Bikram improved his teaching style, and he can able to use he can able to use the potentialities. He can able to use his potentialities in his archer, and within a week he improved his teaching style, and the student accepted the Bikram's teaching style, and students are satisfied with Bikram's teaching style, and Bikram was able to control over the class, and he able to understand the work ethics, and able to maintain a discipline, and he able to meet the student queries, and mm a student and the students report their satisfaction to HOD over Bikram's teaching. Means after dedication, a lot of dedication, and after a continuous effort, continuous or sincere effort, Bikram improved his teaching style and he got acceptance from the student. So this is all about this case. This case reveals that when a person entered into a new profession, he is not able to adjust or accommodate himself with that situation, because he has no ideas related to the work ethics, he has no idea related to handle the different situation, and he has no idea, he is not able to perceive the role, means what role he has to perform in that job. He is not able to understand these things, but he having a lot of potentialities, but he having a lot of potentialities. These things can be improved, these things can be enhanced through motivation. This case reveals that the person's inherent qualities can be improved through motivation. So if there is a motivation, then the person able to exert all their potentialities in a proper way, and the organization can able to use all their potential, all the employees potentialities in a proper way. So this case reveals that when a person enter into a particular environment, into a new environment, the person always hesitate to accept new things, because he has no idea related to different things, he has no idea related to a particular working situation. So in that situation, motivation plays an important role. Through motivation, the organization able to adjust, able to motivate the through motivation, the organization is able to accept the new changes and accept the challenges by the human resource. So motivation plays an important role for exerting or utilizing the human potentialities. So this is all about this case. And this case also having two questions for solution, means at last you have to solve the cases, at last you have to solve the question, solve two questions. First question is that if you were the HOD, how would you improve Bikram? So for first question asks that if you are the HOD, how would you improve Bikram? So for the first question, you have to do a SWOT analysis. So SWOT analysis means what? SWOT analysis means you have to analyze the cases, strength, weaknesses, opportunities, and threat. Generally, strength and weaknesses is internal to a person or internal to the organization, and opportunity and threat are always to the external to the organization. So this case is related to a person, related to a teacher Bikram. So in this case, you have to do a SWOT analysis. Means in this case, you have to identify what strength the person having, means what strength Bikram having, and after that you have to identify what weaknesses Bikram having, and based upon the person's strength, what opportunities will come, and based upon the person's weakness, threat what threat will come to a person, you have to identify, and after that you have to solve this case. Means for first question, you have to do a SWOT analysis. You know well the procedure of analyzing a case. Let me clear you what is the procedure. First you have to mention an introduction, means you have to start the solution of case with introduction. The introduction should be one third of the case, and after that you have to identify the problem of a case, means you have to identify the problem of the case, means you have to do a problematic analysis, means what is the problem in that case you have to mention, and after that you have to do a SWOT analysis, means in this case what becomes strength, what becomes weaknesses and opportunities and threat, you have to identify, you have to mention that one, and after that you have to provide a various solution to the problems. Means if you are the HOD, how would improve Bikram? Means according to your point of view, if you are the HOD of that organization, what technique you apply to improve the Bikram? So you have to suggest various solutions to the problem, and after that you have to identify a best solution out of number of solution, and best solution out of number of solution, and after that you have to solve the second question, that is, in your opinion, which motivation theory can help to motivate a Bikram? Means we have already discussed number of motivation theory, Motivation theory means we have discussed 9 motivation theory. What we will discuss in motivation theory, we will discuss what we discussed in motivation theory. In motivation theory, we discussed according to different psychologists how a person will be motivated. Means in motivation theory, we discussed the way of motivating a human resource. So in this case, which motivation theory is applied, you have to identify, and at last you have to you have to provide a conclusion to the case. So for first question, you have to do a SWOT analysis. Means for first question, you have to identify the person's Bikram strength, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. Let me discuss the person's strength and weaknesses. Strength and weaknesses is always internal to the strength and weaknesses is always internal to the person. Let me discuss what strength or what weaknesses the person Bikram having. So after that, you have to find out what opportunities will come to that person on the basis of the strength, and what threat arises to a person on the basis of the weaknesses. So let me discuss what are the strength and weaknesses of Bikram. So Bikram having a number of strengths, like he's a hardworking person with great dedication, with great hardship. Person Bikram accomplished his objective, become completed his postgraduate degree. So he is a hardworking person and he is a dedicated person. So first strength of Bikram is hardworking. Second one is the dedication, means a lot of dedication. He completed his postgraduate degree, means he devote all his time, all his effort to accomplishing the postgraduate degree, for accomplishing the objective of his or her life. So he is a dedicated person, and he having a strong desire to achieve something. Means for him, on while you learn. So for achieving something, want to he want to exert all their energies with great hardship, with a lot of dedication. He completed his individual goal. So he having a strong desire to accomplish something. So even though he faces a lot of difficulties, even though a lot of obstacles or hurdles come in his way, he tried to overcome the situation. So he has a strong desire to achieve something, and he has interest to learn new skills. These are the strength of Bikram. And at last, a strength, a positive thing find in Bikram is that uh, Bikram accept all the things. Means Bikram had the ability to accept the situation, had the ability to his uh, accept the real situation. Means whatever his HOD said about the problems of the Bikram, he accept all the things, and whatever the suggestion provided by HOD, he followed these things, and he worked on that. He worked on that thing. Means he act accordingly, and at last he got success. Means the person Bikram having the ability or having the quality of acceptance the thing from a experienced person, and he has the ability to act upon this thing. These things is called as suggestibility. Means this quality is called as suggestibility. Means the person Bikram having a quality, having a strength of suggestibility. Means the person Bikram accept all the things, accept the problems, and he take the suggestion from his superior, he take the suggestion from a experienced one, and accordingly he act, so that he got success. So these are the strength of Bikram. And uh, also he having a lot of weaknesses, like he had lack of disciplines. Means often he entered into the class 5 to 10 minutes late. He did not have any idea related to work ethics of the organization, and without preparation he entered into the class, and he having a character of intolerance and impatience also. Means frequently he got irritated when student asked a question, and he did not allow the student to involve in the discussion. And as a good teacher, he should not do these things. So these are the weaknesses of Bikram, and he always resists to accept new changes, and he did not update his knowledge according to the requirement, according to the latest things, and he having a lack of work ethics. So these are the weaknesses generally we found in this case. And these are and we already discussed various strengths and weaknesses of Bikram, and accordingly you have to find out what opportunities will come to the person, and what weaknesses arises to a person. Means based upon the strength, what opportunities will come to that person, and based on the weaknesses, what threat arises to that person. You have to identify these things, and you have to analyze the cases. So for analyzing the case, for solving the case, first you have to start it with introduction. The introduction should be one third of the total case, and after that you have to do a problematic analysis, and after that you have to do a SWOT analysis, and after that you have to provide various solution. You have to provide number of solution to these cases, and you have to identify a core solution, and after that you have to suggest a conclusion. Means after providing a core solution, you have to you have to solve second questions, and uh, at last you have to provide a conclusion to this case. So this is all about today's case. This is all about the case of motivation, and this case you have to solve that one. So thank you.